So this next exercise is for shoulder weakness with elevation or lifting of the arm. Often when there's a rotator cuff tear that's non-operable or something that I can't salvage by sewing together, sometimes you get a tear in the rotator cuff, the tear is kind of fingered a bit, and without a clean tear that they can sew together, those frayed tears are unfortunately a situation where they're not really salvageable with a basic orthoscopic approach. So the doctor will offer a total or a reverse shoulder with the rotator cuff muscles out of the picture. But in this case, we're trying to see if we can get the large shoulder muscle, the deltoid, to pick up the slack for the muscle underneath called the supraspinatus, one of those rotator cuff muscles that assist in lifting the arm. When the deltoid lifts the arm, as it drapes over the arm, like so, like my hand, it lifts up and pulls on that shoulder. And unfortunately, the rotator cuff muscle kind of pulls down as the arm comes up and keeps that ball in the socket spinning in place. Without that rotator cuff muscle, the large arm will lift up that muscle, but it'll often ride the cup or the ball up in the cup, and then that'll bottom out on the shoulder blade, and the shoulder blade will tend to do this instead. Same situation with assistance, however. If you put your hand on the other arm and you can lift up and it actually moves okay, there's no pain when you position the arm up, it just doesn't have the power to get there. So some of that's going to require a significant amount of re-education of the large muscle to do both its large job and also that smaller muscle job at the same time. And that can be done with a lot of practice and repetition. So a good way to do that is to use any type of broom handle that you might have in your pantry or your kitchen or something, and leave that out maybe in a visible area in the kitchen. So every time you go into the kitchen to do anything, you have this stick or wand. You can unscrew the bottom piece and use just the stick of an old broom or mop that you don't want to use as a tool anymore, but keep the stick, or just leave the other end on. Just be careful that you don't get yourself dirty. What you're going to do is put the palm of the target arm, in this case I'm going to use my rehab my right shoulder for elevating the arm. I'm going to put my palm on the stick, I'm going to get my other hold pretty far back, almost like I'm going to shoot some pool. And from here, I'm just going to drive that arm up into the air, get it up into the air, and then slowly release my grip with my hand and slide back down the stick using a little friction between my palm and the stick. And then just pull back, drive it up again, and lower slow. And what I'm trying to do is help it up and see if I can keep it from falling back down. So I'm strengthening the muscle on the lowering because I have trouble getting into good elevation without this shoulder hike. What I want to do is keep the shoulder down, relaxed, and lift with the normal mechanics, or at least teach it that this is what I want it to do. So if I get it here, I drive the arm up, and then I slowly lower down, it's easier to keep this upper neck muscle, the upper trapezius, out of the picture. Because what it'll do is try to dominate, and it'll just want to be doing this. That's the strong muscle in this case. It's the only one left to try to help, but it's not in the right location. So we just want to not encourage that at all. Drive this arm up, let it slide back down the stick, and just do, I would say, do your age every day. The older you are, the more repetitions you're going to need, and every year on the planet, the more we need to kind of to keep that maintenance. You don't have to do them all at once. If you're 80 years old, well then you don't have to do 80 in a row, but you could do a set of 10 to 20 and then spread that throughout the day. I've been waiting maybe for a microwave to heat up my food. I have a whole minute. I can do at least 20 or so repetitions within that minute and work on that slow lowering, okay? So that would be a good exercise to try to help encourage the proper mechanics without this compensation, and strengthen the lowering component as well. All right, give that a try, do that daily. I would say you're going to probably be going after something like that for a minimum of 3 weeks, repeatedly every day, before you would have any expectation of some significant response. And it may take longer to actually get some significant strength on this technique, because you're taking one muscle and training to do the job of two, and it's not really designed for that other job, and somebody else had been doing that job all along, and now that somebody's gone, so you have to imagine like taking over the front office of a business and learning all the nuances. So it takes a lot of repetition to do that for a muscle. So just face the boredom and the frustration of that exercise, but give it a good high repetition approach for a good 3 weeks, and at that point you kind of get some sense of how that's going to play out, whether it's going to be on the right track or whether there's no response at all. And from there, you could have another conversation with your therapist or your doctor if you needed to think what else you could do. All right, good luck with that. Give that a try.